to all those seeking vibrant health. It's Dr. Rachel Northern. I'm coming here tonight live from the office. I'm a family wellness chiropractor right here in Johnsburg, Illinois, and I love giving tips out. I try to do it every week to just talk about what can make your life healthier on your journey, taking responsibility for your health. And tonight's topic is seven essential tips for back to school health. So this month for our theme is talking about family health, kids health, and I do have a certification in pediatrics in my chiropractic field. I love treating kids. I am that whole gamut family wellness practice. So I love seeing the babies, the pregnant mamas, all the way up to like my oldest patient's like 102 and a half, or actually next month she'll turn 103. Actually, I take that back. So awesome for her. And I just want to help people just thrive and live their lives, not just survive. So for our number one tip I have written down, I can look at my notes so I keep on track, so is healthy diet. Obviously, what we put in is we are what we eat, and it's really important. There has been studies talking about having the kids make their own lunches. I did this with my own kids. I showed them, pick a vegetable, pick your sandwich, pick your fruit. The more that you have your kids engage in making their own food, the more likely they are actually going to eat that lunch and continue to try to make healthy choices in the future. There's been studies on this. It's really true. So have them help, pick out their own lunches and pack their own lunches. It's a wonderful thing, and especially when they get the age of fifth grade, they can just make it themselves. And it's great because my son did this first time. One time I woke up late, I heard the door shut as he walked to the bus stop, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I got up, he got dressed himself, he made his lunch and walked out the door and didn't even bother waking me up. It was a bittersweet moment. So it's a good thing to teach these kids to just help take care of themselves. Second thing, backpack wearing. So when we're engaging in the school time, it's been some time since the kids have actually had to wear backpacks. So making sure they're trying to maintain healthy posture. And this is for ourselves too. If we're wearing a backpack, try to make sure you buy ones with both straps, and make sure you're wearing both straps and that they're not sagging down past their butt. Nice and secure along their back, is going to be the best way to handle a backpack, and especially make sure it's not too heavy for their little spines that are growing. So the third tip we have on here is start the day with some positive thoughts, like say no negative mornings. So say you only say positive things like, it can't be like, oh, this is going to be a bad day, I don't want to do this. Try to be like, what can we look forward to today? Maybe it's coming home at the end of the day and having your treat or your snack, but making sure to focus on the positive things, because when you focus on the positives, that just helps your life overall better. There's research with that. The people who are more positive, optimistic, tend to live happy, healthier lives. And so trying to train your kids to start off like trying to look forward to, what can we look forward to today? And then focusing on what the negatives that they're not looking forward to. And some adults need that too. Myself sometimes as well. The fourth tip I got is movement. Make sure we keep moving, make sure there's walks after school. At least they say like 60 minutes of activity. Some schools don't even require exercise now, or PE classes. So making sure that your kids are getting some kind of activity through the day, either playing basketball in the backyard or, getting on their bike and riding around the block, around the driveway, something where they're being active, because there has been research shown that kids who are physically active get better grades, and it's better overall for their brains. So I know this myself. If I don't exercise, I don't think as clearly as I normally would. The next one is sleep. I've talked about this many times in my talks in the past. Sleep is essential. So getting at least that 8 hours. Some kids need a little bit more, maybe 9, depending on their age group. And unfortunately, we have this epidemic of teenagers staying up all night on their Instagram and their Snapchat and all this TikTok, all the social media stuff, which, can be positive in some ways, but other ways, if it's taken their mental capacity, and then they're not able to function the next day or be able to do their studies. It's not healthy. So putting parameters on, a routine of going to bed, having lights out, no electronics, shut them down by a certain time, and can't re-engage with them at a certain time, that's going to make everybody's lives healthier and happier. So just work on that. It's, I know, a hard challenge, but I encourage you to try to encourage those kind of healthy habits and making sure you get sleep, because it's very essential for our brains. The next thing, kind of correlating with this, quiet time. Have some time where there's not so much activity going on. So maybe trying to teach kids maybe to meditate, like just sitting for me, even if it's 10 minutes of just downtime where there's no distractions and just kind of quiet time. Just able to learn to quiet their brains, quiet their lives, and kind of refocus on the present, because life happens now in the present. So that's that. The last tip on my list here is making sure that you're supplementing, taking vitamins, taking healthy vitamins and supplements. Now, in the office here, I promote whole food supplements, which means that they are from nature. There's like carrot roots and beetroot and other things into these. These are actually food-based, where the concentration of our nutrients should be. Unfortunately, our food these days are not got all the nutrients that they used to 80 years ago or 60 years ago, and we're lacking those nutrients. We're nutrient deficient in our society. So I always say to supplement, we're going to have to supplement. Even the medical field is saying, a couple of years ago they said everybody should have a multivitamin. So just making sure you do a good quality multivitamin. Don't just get something over the counter that's just been advertised, because it's not regulated industry. So make sure you research that it's a good quality one. I have a couple that I like. If you can message me, I can tell you what brands I like to recommend that I don't carry maybe in the clinic. Obviously the ones here I always make sure are vetted out and very good. So definitely the particular ones is vitamin D, vitamin C, and zinc, for just making sure you get boosted healthy immune systems. Some kids, I've had a lot of growing pain kids coming in lately, and calcium is really important to add into maybe their supplements if you're having a child that has some growing pains, some leg pains, because they shot up like 2 inches this summer. I've had a lot of those. It's so fun to come in and see how the changes. And those are my 7 tips, but my last final tip is, of course, as a chiropractor and a family wellness chiropractor, getting your spine checked, making sure everybody in the family gets their spine checked, make sure their nervous system's optimally functioning, because your brain and spinal cord and nervous system are your master control center for every part of life. Everything, every organ, tissue, and cell is communicated through the nervous system. So the more in tune you are and adjusted you are, the better your health will be. So thank you, and have a great week. And if you have any questions, like I said, you can always message me, side message me, or you can email me at the practice. My website is thedoctorinyu.com, all spelled out, thedoctorinyu.com, and you can reach me through the website too. Take care. Bye.